Oh, it looks like we're back at Universal Studios Hollywood again. I wonder what's in store for us tonight. Let's rewind to the beginning of today's visit. Welcome back to Event Ghoulies. I'm one half Event Ghoulie Sebastian, and sorry, not sorry. Just need to make sure you're paying attention, as today's video is going to be pretty lengthy, as we are covering this year's Halloween Horror Nights here at Universal Studios Hollywood. All footage on screen was recorded on September 4th, 2025. Other than the main entrance gates art, which usually features the headliners for this year's Horror Nights, there's not much for me to show, and I didn't film much either because this is usually the part where they hold us right in front of the gate before the park officially opens for Horror Nights, so I didn't do too much filming. But just like last time, I'm going to let the footage do all the talking. I didn't want to record my walk all the way down to the lower lot to this year's first Horror Nights haunted house that I went to. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into this year's Five Nights at Freddy's haunted house. Scarecrow, the Reaping. Not much to be said. It was good back in 2022. It's still good now. I'm not a fan of the music, and I really wish they'd stop collaborating with Slash. On to the next stuff. I just am not a fan of the repeats this year, so I kind of want to spend more time with all the new shiny stuff. I didn't feel like doing Five Nights at Freddy's and Scarecrow again, as the entire lower lot was not quite open just yet. So I went ahead and stopped at the Mummy real quick. It was a walk-on, and decided to kill time just for a little bit. Up next is Jason Universe and the Horrors of the Wyatt Six. Both of them are very good mazes. I really enjoyed Jason Universe. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that much footage on this one. It was a little hard to see in the dark, and it's not too photogenic. However, I did get a lot for WWE, so that's going to be on the screen very short. Alright, that's it for the lower lot this year. I didn't feel like humoring the Slash horror, so I went ahead and got back onto the escalators up to the lower lot. I am now making my way towards Terrifier and Poltergeist, but I decided it'd be a good time to film the construction for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. I'm gonna be honest, this part of the trip sucks. I hate walking back to the Curious George parking lot. Very time consuming to and from, but Terrifier is back here. It was my favorite this year, and I got a lot of good footage from that one. So you're going to see that very soon. I did film bits and pieces of Poltergeist, but not too much. Again, it is a repeat. Didn't feel like spending too much time on this one. Isn't it awesome how there's nothing to look at in the majority of this maze? I had to awkwardly put my camera down because I realized how bad the black walls were in this one. Not too surprising, but Terrifier was definitely my favorite this year. Lots of fun sets, very cool scares, awesome beginning, especially with that huge puppet. And now I'm making my way back over to the upper lot to go to Fallout and Monstros 3. This walk is a bit sad, even though it sucks and it's long. It just reminds me that I'm almost done with the event and everything for a first-hand experience. But of course, I will do repeat walkthroughs. Here's some little extra stuff before we go on to a similar topic like last video where I show off B-roll. Right now on screen are the Fallout drinks I tried, enjoyed both of them, as well as some footage as the Chucky Dive Bar and the Chainsaw Man movie. I really enjoyed everything, and I hope you like this B-roll footage that is soon to come up right now. Just like in our first video, I'm going to slow down just a little bit and show you more B-roll footage, this time around the scare zones and themed little areas they have up right now. I can get up close and personal this time around compared to the haunted houses, because otherwise I'd get yelled at and I don't really feel like barking back at someone doing their job. So I do hope you enjoy. These are probably my favorite parts of the night when I get to film. That's it for this year's Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. I had a great time going through the event and filming everything I could. All across the board, a very well-rounded year with only one real blunder. At the time of this recording, I will be returning next week to hopefully film and get more photos. I may or may not make another video on Horror Nights, but if not, I will see you all next time when we visit Los Angeles Haunted Hayride. So until then, thank you for watching Event Goalies. Please follow our socials in the description below and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you and goodbye.